Good morning, class 9. Welcome back to our bio online classes. In the previous class, you have already studied about a cell organelle called mitochondria, which is known as the powerhouse of the cell. Then we studied the structure of mitochondria and its functions also. Now we are going to study the second cell organelle, which is known as endoplasmic reticulum. Okay? Endoplasmic reticulum. It is called ER. In short, we write it as ER. Now, endoplasmic reticulum, what is it? It is a extensive membranous, and extensive means very vast, an extensive membranous network present. Now, what is endoplasmic reticulum? An extensive means it is present everywhere inside the cytoplasm. Membranous means it has a covering. Extensive membranous network present between, now where it is found, the exact location, between the nuclear membrane and the plasma membrane also known as cell membrane of eukaryotic cells. Okay, so what is endoplasmic reticulum? It is an extensive membranous network. Now where it is located? It is located between nuclear membrane and plasma membrane. Now where it is absent? It is absent or not found in prokaryotes. Prokaryotes means those cells in which there is no well-defined nucleus with a nuclear membrane. So it is absent in prokaryotic cells, absent in embryonic cells, mature RBC, also known as erythrocytes. So in these places it is not found. This endoplasmic reticulum is not found in the prokaryotic cells. It's not found in the egg cells also. You can write egg cell, you know, it is a female reproductive gamete that is called egg cells. Now, who discovered it? It was first reported by what is the name of the scientist who reported it for the first time? In the year 1945. It was first reported by Porter. The full name is K.R. Porter. K.R. Porter in the year 1945. So name of the scientist who first saw this cell organelle, endoplasmic reticulum, was K.R. Porter in the year 1945. In muscle cells, our body have different types of structures. So in the muscles, we have the muscle cells are there. In muscle cells, it is known as, the other name is here, because in muscle cells all the structures are known by different name. It is called sarcoplasmic reticulum. Like the cytoplasm of muscle cells is called sarcoplasm. Understood? Similarly, the mitochondria also, they have different names, not common names. So sarcoplasmic reticulum is the name given to endoplasmic reticulum, which is found in muscle cells. Who reported it? 1945, K.R. Porter for the first time. And where it is present? Where it is absent? It is present in eukaryotic cell, but absent in prokaryotic cells, embryonic cells, mature RBCs, and the eggs. Now next we have to study the structure of endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, structure of endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, let's see. Endoplasmic reticulum is found structurally in three different forms. Means there are three different parts of endoplasmic reticulum. What are they? Number one, cisternae. Number two, tubules. And number three, vesicles. Okay, so these are the three main parts of endoplasmic reticulum. Now, what is cisternae? It is parallelly arranged parallelly arranged unbranched membranous lamellar structure. So what is cisternae? They are parallelly arranged unbranched membranous lamellar structure. Then next we have the tubules. Tubules are branched network of tube-like structures. Okay, branched network of tube-like structures which forms tubules. Means the minute tubes are also known as tubules. And the last one is vesicles. Vesicles are almost spherical or ovoid in shape. Usually spherical means round or ovoid in shape. And where they originate from? Originated from these two structures only, that is cisternae and tubules. The branched network of tube-like structures, already I said, irregularly branched membranous tube-like structure. They are irregularly branched. This word also you can add. Irregularly branched membranous, irregularly branched network of membranous, that word also you can add, membranous tube-like structures. So what are the three main parts or the structure of endoplasmic reticulum? It is found in three different forms: cisternae, tubules and vesicles. Cisternae is parallelly arranged unbranched membranous lamellar structure, like this lamellar structure we can say. They are parallel to each other. I will draw the diagram, then you can see. And tubular means like a tube, they can form a network. Here it is given, they are branched, means this tube can have branches also, further branches. And the last one is vesicles. Vesicles are a spherical or wide shaped structure, they are called vesicles. So just have a look at the diagram, then you will come to know the structure of endoplasmic reticulum. Then we have to study the types and then the functions. Okay, now if this one is the nucleus, I have drawn this one as nucleus. This one is the nuclear membrane with the pores, and from this nuclear pore connecting the nuclear pore, we have a network of this. Okay. Now what is this structure I have drawn? It is endoplasmic reticulum. This one is called nuclear membrane. The outermost covering of nucleus is called nuclear membrane. They are the nuclear pores. And this one is the endoplasmic reticulum. Now what type of endoplasmic reticulum? I will not write it now. On the surface of endoplasmic reticulum, external surface, not internal surface. This is internal surface, that is external surface. So on the outer surface, the ribosomes are present. Ribosomes is the name of the cell organelle which helps in protein synthesis. So I am drawing the ribosomes here. I label it also. This is called ribosomes. Alright. And this type of endoplasmic reticulum whose surface contains ribosomes is called rough because it gives a rough appearance. So rough endoplasmic reticulum. Now this endoplasmic reticulum, where there is no ribosomes present on its surface, it gives them a smooth appearance. That's why it is called smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so what is the difference between rough endoplasmic reticulum and smooth endoplasmic reticulum? Rough endoplasmic reticulum contains ribosomes on its surface, whereas smooth endoplasmic reticulum is the one in which ribosomes are not present on the surface of endoplasmic reticulum. Got it? And it will connect with the plasma membrane on the outside. Inside it is connected to the nuclear membrane, and to the outside it is connected with the plasma membrane. Got it? Understood this one? Have a look at the diagram. Then we'll study with the types of endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, now next one is types of endoplasmic reticulum. Now, what is the basis of classification? If question is asked, on which basis endoplasmic reticulum is classified into two types? The answer is on the basis of presence or absence. So I will write it here. On the basis of presence or absence of ribosomes, endoplasmic reticulum is of two types. Is classified into two types. What are they? Number one, smooth or agranular. Agranular means they appear like granules, so that's why the word is also used, agranular endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so what is smooth endoplasmic reticulum? The endoplasmic reticulum, ribosomes, I will write it in short here, ribosomes are not present on the surface of endoplasmic reticulum. And second one is rough endoplasmic reticulum. Rough, other name is also there, or granular endoplasmic reticulum. Now what is rough or granular endoplasmic reticulum? Such endoplasmic reticulum that contains ribosomes on its external surface. Ribosomes are present on the external surface of endoplasmic reticulum, giving it a rough appearance. That's why it is called rough endoplasmic reticulum. So got it, this one also. There are two types of endoplasmic reticulum on the basis of presence or absence of ribosomes. If ribosomes are present, it is called rough. If ribosomes are absent, it is called smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Got it? Okay. Now next is the functions of endoplasmic reticulum. What are the different functions? Now, functions common to both endoplasmic reticulum. Both means rough also, smooth also. This is common function of both the smooth and rough endoplasmic reticulum. Okay. Number one, 5 functions are there. Being a skeletal framework, because endoplasmic reticulum is an extensive network of membranous structure. So it's just like our skeletal system. So being a skeletal framework, it provides additional mechanical support. It provides additional mechanical support to the cell. Okay, this is the first function. Understood? because it is present everywhere. Like this is the cell, if I draw here, and this one is the nucleus, and these are the endoplasmic reticulum present. So they are present everywhere like this, okay? So they are present everywhere means they provide or help the cell to remain distended. It provides a pathway also for the materials to go inside the nuclear or the nuclear material to come outside and get dispersed in the whole cell. Then number 2, it helps in active transport. You know what is active transport? The movement of molecules from lower to higher concentration against the concentration gradient. It is called lower to higher concentration by the expenditure of energy. So it provides a pathway also for the distribution of nuclear material. Okay. Then third one is it helps in metabolic reactions due to the presence of enzymes. It helps in metabolic reactions due to the presence of enzymes, because enzymes are present in the ribosomes, which is present on the surface of endoplasmic reticulum. So it helps to provide or help in the metabolic reactions of the cell. The next point is also related to metabolic reactions also. It provides a greater surface area. It provides a greater surface area for the metabolic reactions. And the last point, number 5, it helps to form nuclear membrane. It helps to form nuclear membrane during cell division. Nuclear membrane during cell division. Okay, so these are the 5 common functions which is found in both smooth and rough endoplasmic reticulum. What are they? Number 1, being a skeletal framework, it provides additional mechanical support to the plant cell. Number 2, it helps in active transport of materials from one part of the cell to the other. Number 3, it helps in metabolic reactions because of the presence of enzymes. Number 4, it provides a greater surface area. More the surface area, more will the reaction, the rate of reaction will increase. And the last one is, it helps to form the nuclear membrane. Nuclear membrane is formed during cell division with the help of this endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, now next one is the function of smooth endoplasmic reticulum, then rough endoplasmic reticulum. Functions of smooth endoplasmic reticulum. So what is the function of smooth endoplasmic reticulum? It helps in lipid means fat synthesis, first point. Number 2, glycogen synthesis. Number 3, it helps in the synthesis of steroidal hormones like the male sex hormone, that is testosterone, and the female sex hormone which is known as progesterone also we can write. Okay, so now next one is the functions of rough endoplasmic reticulum. Means these functions, 3 functions are related only to smooth endoplasm, not for rough. Functions of rough endoplasmic reticulum. Only 2 functions are there. It helps in protein synthesis because ribosomes is present on the surface of endoplasmic reticulum, so it will help in synthesis of protein. And it helps in the transport of protein molecules Okay, so these two are the functions of rough endoplasmic reticulum: synthesis of protein and transport of protein molecules from one place to the other. So in the next, we will study about the next cell organelle, that is Golgi bodies. Okay. Now, before that, completing it, you must learn whatever is taught in the online classes, because after completing this topic or the chapter, we will continue with our test also. So try to write whatever notes you can get from the online classes or from the book, these study materials which are being provided to you during these classes. Okay.